cruise control delete's pretty straightforward, and you can clear up a lot of space. And it's also, some people say it gives better throttle response, but obviously I can't confirm that yet because I haven't done it. So the main things that come out are cruise control box. This is basically the actuator where the other cables run through, and we have the cruise control on. It works off of a vacuum pump that's located over here under all of your solenoids, and pulls the cable. So you're going to only have one cable that's going to run directly from the gas pedal to the throttle body, and the cable you're going to use is the one that comes off the cruise control box and goes straight to the throttle body. So instead of it coming to the cruise control box, we're going to send it to the gas pedal, and everything else is going to come out. So we can go ahead and clear everything out of here. Alright, so you can attempt to do this inside the car. I took it out because it's going to be it'd be impossible to show you in the car because there's not much room to work under there. But basically you got 2 bolts holding the gas pedal to the firewall, I guess, maybe 3, I don't know if I'm missing a bolt here or not, but you got these 2, I think they're 12mm, and then you unbolt this from the firewall in the engine bay, and it has a little rubber gasket, and then underneath, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get this yellow piece and transfer it onto our other cable, which goes directly to the throttle body from the cruise control box on the stock setup. And basically what you do is you pinch the back together and it'll push out and through. And the key is you got to make sure the wire's centered in that hole, otherwise it won't let you compress the 2 tabs together and get through the hole. And then once you press, it pops out and the wire can come up and off. So then you'd have to lay under there and then get this piece. So we want this yellow piece, and the only way to get it is to cut it. So you just get a sharp razor blade, and be careful, stand it on end and cut it like not through a tab, obviously, like on one of the sides. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Alright, and we sliced right through it. And now get the wire out by, you can take a screwdriver and spread that cut you just made apart a little bit and pop the wire out. Okay, so now we got the little plastic piece off of this wire, and we can also this is done now. We're not going to be using this, and we can get rid of it. Next step and will probably take you long just trying to look around your house for 45 minutes trying to find 2 washers. But basically in the stock setup where this bolted to the firewall and held it still, this is all one piece, so we're not going to be using this. We're going to use the nuts that went into held it tight on the cruise control box. So basically the firewall is going to be right in between the 2 nuts, but you need the washers because the hole in the firewall is too large and these will try to pull through. So it's just best to go ahead and get the washers on there. So go ahead and just take off your nut. Really only need 1 off. And what we're going to do with this end piece is do what they have on the stock setup. So that's a rounded ball, and we got this, cylinder. We're going to shave it down and round it off. And you just do that with a file. So I'll start to do that. I grinded this one down. It's obviously not perfect, but I just did it by hand with this, and my fingers are killing me and it took too long. But you could probably put it in a vise and just take an angle grinder and grind it down, but Hurricane Irene just went through, so we didn't have power. But basically you want to get the width the same, and then what that's going to do is have it sit inside this nicer. It's going to fall inside there as opposed to being the stock wide cylinder and just hitting the top. So you can see how it's kind of closer. Alright, so this is ready to go back on the car, and basically what we're going to do is this is obviously going to go to the throttle body. This is the stock bracket. It's just going to mount right where it was on the plenum, and this is going to go through the firewall to our gas pedal. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to have 1 washer on and 1 nut on, stick it through the firewall, and then put our other washer on, our other nut on, tighten that down. So now we know that this isn't going to try to pull through the firewall, and then once that's there, we'll be able to snap this ring back on to the wire. And here's a little trick for getting this guy back on that wire, because it can be a pain laying under the car or under the dash and try and do it. If you have snap ring pliers, get them lengthened out real far so it slides right up there, because it's going to want to shoot out of this thing because it's tapered. But you basically press it in there, and then you just gently open it up. That'll let you at least get the wires set inside there and then pull them out. So that'll just make it a little bit easier on you guys. Alright, so now you see it coming out of here, bolted up to the firewall, and then this piece, just like stock, is going to come around, bolt onto the plenum, and this end looks just like the one that we originally took off the throttle body, and that'll hook in just the reverse. And then as far as tension goes, it has to do with where you locate this on the plenum. So again, I wanted to say that this is by no means my idea. I found this searching around 3SI. Another guy came up with it. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name on there. But if you do a search, it's a good way, and it's obviously unless you have to buy 2 washers, it's a free mod. It saves exactly 5.5 pounds. I weighed everything, and the other nice thing is this side of the engine bay looks a lot nicer. Thanks a lot. Jesus. So in this order, we're going to get a washer on this side in here like this. We're going to feed this through the firewall, and then we're going to put another washer